And welcome inside the Backstage Pass. It is almost a Wednesday. It's Tuesday, actually, November the 29th, 2022. Last day of November tomorrow. And hard to believe it's already flown by in a week after, I guess, the post Thanksgiving dinner, what have you. We're presented by our friends over at Bangtail Whiskey, the holiday drink. Get it on right now at bangtail.com or that Easy Liquor app. Make sure you guys go check that out and get that bottle sent directly to your door. Actually, everybody loves online shopping, especially this time of year. I found myself doing a little bit too much of it the other day with Bangtail and with a couple other online purchases, but always good here to have Bangtail Whiskey a part of this as we count down to CRS 2023, almost December, and of course there March 13, 14, and 15. We'll be in Nashville, Tennessee at the Omni Hotel, and someone had a chance to hang out with at the Omni and get to know a little bit more, and she's a great friend of the show in her own right, a great artist out there doing well with What Christmas Means to Me across all the digital platforms. The great Stephanie Ryann joins us here on the show. Stephanie, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
It's been great. How was Thanksgiving? We'll get that out of the way at the top here.
Oh gosh, Thanksgiving was great. Got to see family, food, drinks. Like what else more do you need? I ate way too much, fell asleep super early. Yeah, I stuffed my face on that holiday. And I just
Good
can't help
too.
myself because it's so good and you never have all of those things in one
It,
meal except for on Thanksgiving. So there you go. How was your Thanksgiving?
it was good. We had a good time. We had around, like I said, a lot of food, a lot of family. And we had to watch, me being a Cowboy fan, loving sports. We had to watch the Cowboys Giants game, and then of course the nightcap. When we got home, fell asleep pretty fast, but watched I think it was the Patriots playing the Vikings on that night too as well. So a lot of football. Then of course, doing some sports little takes and rants online that I love doing. But good time with family. My brother-in-laws were out in Seguin, Texas, out near San Antonio. So a lot of fun and just never enough time. I was always look back and I said, where did the week go? Because like I left last Saturday and then got back this past Sunday. I just went, the week was a blur.
I don't
It
know
just
where time goes anymore these
I,
days. I've been
I,
traveling so much that it's just like a blur. What day is it? When you started and you were like,
mhm.
it's almost Wednesday, it's Tuesday. I
Yeah,
was dying laughing because like, yeah, that's how I would say it.
this time change right now with people 5:30 is dark, and I'm like, where's the other 2 hours? And you really miss the extra daylight. So it's I'm not into this time change either, but neither
No.
here nor there. But I want to ask you about the before we get into the music side of things. Black Friday shopping or the weekend or Cyber Monday? Did you find yourself doing any shopping?
Oh yes.
Any good
I
purchases?
did. I didn't buy any music stuff actually because
Okay.
I'm pretty all set with that. But I did buy some shoes and some clothing and some flights and certain other things like that I just needed to get. And then shopping for the holidays for
Mhm.
family, trying to get some of those things out of the way when you can get a good sale. So
Well, I know this too. It's always great. I did some T-shirts and some other little, I guess, bobs and bid, whatever, and just try to get it out there
hmm
and get some little things that make sense. Like a flashlight went to Home Depot. They were like, "Yeah, buy one get one free," and I said, "Okay, well, there's $10 for a one of those, I guess, bright flashlights, LED ones. You cut it on, and it has some extra things. So little gadgets is what I was trying to say, not bits and bobs, but just little gadgets out there that I wanted to see out there too. Dean said, "Go Cowboys!" Yeah, I got a good chance for an outside playoff spot here. Hey, I wanted to ask you because you grew up in this music thing. You've been doing this in your late teens, early 20s, and you've done these TV shows, this Nashville Star, this Idol thing, this The Voice, and it kind of assisting in people in jumpstarting their career. And a good friend on the show here, Morgan Miles, is really kicking ass in this competition this
she
year. And my
is.
God, what a rendition of Tennessee Whiskey she did last night with the Chris Stapleton song too, and blew it out of the water. In my mind's going to make the top 8 tonight. But aside from that, being involved in those competitions of what you did, your style as an artist, your brand of music, how did that really kind of, I guess, propel you into kind of where you are now?
You know what? It's funny. I wouldn't really say that any of those really propelled into my music career because I tried out for those shows when I was super young. I think I started out with American Idol at like 16. Um, and then shortly after that was Nashville Star. I think that show was only on the air for a couple of years. And then The Voice, I tried out 3 times. I think I stopped auditioning in my like early 20s, something like that,
Mm-hmm.
because I just felt like maybe that route wasn't for me. I'm not good at auditioning. So it never was really a good fit, I guess. So I kind of steered away from that. I was doing my music stuff, but I was also modeling at the time. And then finally, through a lot of different things, got into music, but on my own terms, in my own way, where I was able to release an EP. And actually, today is the 4-year anniversary of my first show ever as an artist.
Unbelievable.
Like launching myself into this crazy career that I've decided to follow the past 4 years, really.
I know the self-titled EP was that 2018 that had come
Yeah.
out. I remember that one too. We're talking about that around some hangout spots we'd gone to, and of course the hotel. And that's pretty cool. Because tell me an update kind of on that. Is that still one of the things you guys lean to in the live shows? Because I know a lot of people say, well, we pick a few songs off there to play, but then we're putting out fresh music, some Christmas stuff we're going to talk about here with the new single today. Talk about just how that EP kind of, again, just kind of stayed steady with you over these last 4 years. And I'm sure a lot of fans still love the songs off of there.
Oh, they do. I constantly get asked to play certain songs off of that EP, and I'm super proud of it. It is the first music that I ever released of my own. I don't play them very often now, mostly because I don't play with a band that often. So if I do play with a band, I get to play those songs because they're a little bit more tricky than my 2.5 years of playing guitar. So I kind of stick with what I know a little bit better, which is some of the newer stuff. And I'm always writing new music. So I try to put those into the live show to kind of get a feel of what people are liking. So, you've got that, the newer stuff, but then new music that I'm writing now, plus the Christmas stuff. And the Christmas stuff is a whole thing in itself. I've decided this year, and I haven't even told anybody yet. So I guess this is going to be an exclusive. I'm really going to try to do like a 25 days of Christmas leak of songs. Not my own. I'm going to do all of like the Christmas classics, but also my Christmas songs and some of the ones that I really love from certain artists. So I'm going to try to do one a day. Like that is the goal, to do one a day. I have a list that I made over the past couple of days of songs that I want to feature. And I was at like 15. Okay. And then last night, I'm just thinking through songs and listening to the radio and all that stuff. And I got to like 30 songs. So now the challenge for me is going to be getting to that 30 and maybe leaking a few extra ones on like TikTok or something. But really striving for that 25. So every single day, you guys heard it first. And you can hold me accountable every day in the month of December from 1 to 25. I will be putting up a version of a popular Christmas song or just one that I love.
Well, send that to me, and I tell you what we'll even do. We'll put that up on our website out there, the sportsguyspodcast.com. I'll cross-promote it, share it, because I'm looking forward to hearing the Christmas music out there, too. Yeah, I love updating my website every day. I think getting stuff current out there, getting stuff to people, new content is real key in the business, the type of business that we're in, no doubt. Hey, take me back a little bit to this year, and I thought this was a great song. We didn't get to talk about this one. Of course, this was after the fact. We had left Nashville from CRS 2022. Regulars and drop-ins. I thought it was really fun to put a tune like that together. The album single cover came out really cool. Talk about that one a little bit for the folks.
So I wrote that with Josh Beal and Kate Hastings. Josh actually plays for Priscilla Block, and Kate writes, and she writes. Josh also writes for Priscilla Block. They're amazing human beings. I've written with them a couple of times, but I came into the room that day with that idea, and it was actually called like drop-ins and regulars at the time. We sat down, wrote the whole thing out, and decided that regulars and drop-ins was just a better flow for the presentation of the song. And it was just like such a fun, groovy, more like in your face rock direction. And I was just like, wow, I really love this, and I know it's going to be my next single. And that's months ago when we were talking about like what is going to be the next one. So I brought it to my producer Brent Rader, and he loved it. It was something different from me, so I was like, let's go for it. And then when shooting the cover of it, I actually linked up with a few friends up in Maine, and I was like, where can I shoot this where we can maybe just have like a couple hours at a bar in one of our favorites, the Block. It's in Thomaston. It's a great place, and they have just like great cocktails and everything. So I called them up and I was like, hey, do you mind if we come in about 2 hours before you open so that we can set up the shot? And I had a couple of friends from up here be actually in the shot because it's all their hands. and as well as mine, just
Mhm.
cheersing in the middle of the table. And I had that idea for the shot for a long time. It was just like, all right, who can we get at like 4 o'clock on a Wednesday to shoot this? And then my husband shot it, I edited it, and there
There
you
you go.
go.
About put it all together that quick, no doubt. That's how good things come
Yeah.
together. Well, I know just right there on Black Friday too, the last week, what Christmas means to me, the acoustic version out there across all the digital platforms for you guys and your listening pleasures. So I'm setting you up right there. Go ahead and grab that guitar. We're going
Yeah.
to play that here on the Backstage Pass, powered by the Sports Guys podcast.com. And of course, we'll have another great show coming up today. I almost forgot to. I can't forget about her. 4:30 today. Big promo there. Sarah Darling is going to come by here on the Backstage Pass. Looking forward to talking to Sarah here about 4:30 today. And of course, more great shows this week. Stephanie, it's all yours.
All right, let me take these out. Make sure you all can hear me. Here we go. Snow is falling all around. For a moment, the world slows down. Lights around us are all aglow. Time to kiss under mistletoe. Decorate the Christmas tree. Twinkle lights and memories. Classic movies made of clay. It's all I wanna do on Christmas Day. There's a few of many things. Thankful for the blessings this life brings. Those that love, those with angel wings. That's what Christmas means to me. That's what Christmas means to me. Whiskey by the fireside, carolers heard every night. Presents wrapped underneath the tree. One for you and two for me. A house filled with the scent of pine. We wait all year for Christmas time. Surrounded by friends and family. That's the only place I wanna be. There's a few of many things. I'm thankful for the blessings this life brings. Those I love, those with angel wings. That's what Christmas means to me. That's what Christmas means to me. Another year has come and gone, yet it feels it's just begun. These are few of many things. I'm thankful for the blessings this life brings. Those I love, those with angel wings. That's what Christmas means to me.
I love that song just as much as I love seeing you at Bar Lines this past year do your solo act out there too, which was a lot of fun too. And this is gets you in the mood this time of year. If you, I started listening to it on Friday in the stores and things that I'd walked into, restaurants I'd gone to, and I kept telling them, I was like, this is a great Christmas song. You need to add it to your playlist or whatever your establishment's
Thank
putting out
you.
there too. Because I told them, because I caught it out there too. You caught me at the right time. You and I were talking today a little bit about it too. I love the fact that what Christmas means to me from Stephanie Ryann out there. Make sure you guys go check it out across all the digital platforms. You just heard it right here on the Backstage Pass. We'll come right back here, take a little time out for our friends over at Bangtail Whiskey. We always say, holiday season's coming up. Drink strong and drink Bangtail and drink responsibly. Of course, bangtail.com, or the best way to get it, easyliquor.com. Get that bottle sent directly to your door. You'll have plenty of it 2 bottles is, a little over 1,500, about 1,500 milliliters of good tasting whiskey out there from Banktail Whiskey. Our good friend Brandon Bing does a great job with the company, proud sponsor of CRS 2022, and hopefully we'll keep them on in 2023 too as well. Quick time out, more with Stephanie and Ryan. We got a lot to talk about, including a lot more, and I do want to talk about Me, which came out this year too at the same time, and my favorite person, a performance from Stephanie here. Hang tight, more to come.
The Bangtail pour is comprised of a sweet corn mash base. The front has a subtle sweetness and not too sharp. It has notes of a medium char or white oak for a smoky flavor in the middle, and the tail has a super smooth and warm finish.
Go behind the scenes with some of the biggest artists in music today with the Backstage Pass, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. Join Brandon Morrill and his co-host Kirsty Krause as they talk to rising stars and legends about their music careers. Listen to their latest tracks and learn fun facts about the men and women behind the music you love. And be sure to tune into the Backstage Pass Monday through Friday from 3:30 to 6:30, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. And welcome into the Backstage Pass. And back here on the show again, of course, 4:30 today. Our good friend Sarah Darling, I was out there, Nashville recording artist. She'll be joining us today about 4:30 Central today. So staying jam-packed here. Tomorrow, a great pop singer out there is going to join us. Anaya is going to stop by. And then, of course, we'll wrap up the week here with some great shows on Thursday. And I believe Thursday is Ian Flanagan is coming by on Thursday. So a full week of shows here on the Backstage Pass. Some of those names Stephanie knows, no doubt about it, too, here on the show. Some great artists out there. Back here on the YouTube channel, the Backstage Pass, and powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com, presented by our friends over at Bangtail Whiskey. Hey, I want to talk about one that you guys released, I believe it was this year, as a single, was this year, About Me. Let's kind of go over that one a little bit, the writing and kind of how it came together.
Yeah, that song I wrote with Joey Cirillo and Andrew King, and actually Andrew King produced the song as well. That song, I came into the write and was like, I really want to write a sassy song, kind of as like a middle finger to the people who have always bullied you or like talked bad about you, and it's kind of like I don't care. You can say what you want because that says more about you than it will ever about me. And that's really the whole premise of the song, just to throw that out there of like, you do you, and people will see you for your true colors, because those are definitely not mine.
Yeah, and it sends a message out there to those people, like you mentioned, the middle finger to that particular direction too, no doubt, and the way it is, the way you see it, and there you go, feeling something through songs. Don't have to it's always be positive. Sometimes it is I guess a negative feeling turn positive, or positive turn negative, however you look at it.
Yeah.
I want to go back to one that you'd put out, I believe, in 21. We talked about this one that was very special to you in Nashville when I was there. Gravel was one of your favorites that you guys had put out just last year, I believe, right?
Yeah, that one came out last year. There's so many songs, and I'm like, which one is he going to mention so I can remember? Because there are just so many, and it's great. And I love Gravel. Gravel is one of my favorites. There's a music video for it, and we got to borrow a friend's truck to shoot it in, which was really fun. I got to buy myself a Chevy. It's on the list. I should have got it on Black Friday, but not this year.
Yeah, not this year.
Not this year. But yeah, that song is just about like freedom to go do what you want. Kick up the gravel is that main line in that song of just like, go out and do you, live your life, do what you want, kick up the dirt behind you when you do it.
It made me feel like being a pickup truck driver, too, no doubt, going down the back roads and letting it all let it all hang loose, no doubt.
Right?
And I love this one you guys have put out just this year, just a few weeks ago, I want to say, probably when you did. My Favorite Person, which is another beautiful song. You've dedicated that. The album cover is just a really, really gorgeous out there for people that haven't seen the single album cover, which is out there. The song cover, the single. Make sure you guys check that out too. I tell you what, let's have you play it first. We'll come back and talk about it here, and then we'll take another time out for our sponsors out there too. Again, 4:30 today. Sarah Darling coming up. And you can make sure you guys check out StephanieRyan.com for more information on tour dates and merch and all that good stuff out there too, for your viewing and listening pleasure and buying pleasure with the holiday season coming up, because we all need to make a few extra bucks out there too for that too, no doubt. It's all yours. Take it away.
Awesome. Let me take that out again. All right. Always got me looking up, even when my heels are high.
smile brightens up my mood, even when I wanna cry. The way you look at me when I'm feeling down and low. The right words come straight out your mouth, boy, you always know. Sometimes we argue, sometimes I take you for granted. No matter what, you give my heart a safe place to land in. You're my light in the dark, sky full of stars, only one version. In case you didn't know, you're my favorite person. Yeah. Let me be the real me, without a question. I keep you on your toes, keep you second guessing. Bring me flowers without a rhyme or a reason. Everything you do gives me something to believe in. Sometimes we argue, sometimes I take you for granted. But no matter what, you give my heart a safe place to land in. My light in the dark, I'm full of stars, only one version. In case you didn't know, you're my favorite person. Yeah, 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 yeah. Not just a page in my story, you're an unfinished chapter. I'll love you till the end of time, every day after. Sometimes we argue, sometimes I take you for granted. But no matter what, you give my heart a safe place to land in. You're my light in the dark, sky full of stars, only one version. In case you didn't know, you're my favorite person. In case you didn't know, you're my favorite person.
It's so easy when you sing, man. I go back to the what Pickle Jar did there at the Omni Hotel at Bar Lines too. You had a great time with that, and it's just flawless. I love it out there, and just a heck of a song you guys have put together with My Favorite Person, which is a single you guys released actually you mentioned just a short time ago, not even a few weeks, maybe a month ago or so. But I love the fact it was well done and well produced, and just a great song. And that had to come, and that came right from the heart. When you sing it, it comes right from the heart too, and pretty much the song kind of speaks for itself. And where did this idea come from? Was this through just kind of one of those kind of off the cuff, I'm going to write this song about my favorite person, or was this through dialogue? How did this one come together?
No, so this song, I wrote all of the lyrics
Mhm.
one day, and I was like, I just don't know how this song is going to go, but I wrote it all about my husband and all the amazing things that he does for me. And like sometimes, as we do in all relationships, we take the other person for granted, and maybe don't give them as much attention as they give you at times. So I wrote this one kind of in dedication to him, of all the like wonderful things that he does, and it makes me feel so good. But then I brought it to Darian Lee, who I released Ain't Nothing Better, and what's the other song that we did? I'll think of it. So many songs. But I brought it to her and I was like, hey, I need you to help me figure out a melody for this song. And I changed a few lyrics in it just to make it a stronger song, found the melody. I sent it to my producer, Brent, again, and he just knocked it out of the park with the presentation of how I wanted the song to be put out there. And then I literally went down to cut the vocals September 26th or 29th. And I was like, I need this today. So if you could just get it done today, that would be great. So I can upload it and it can release on the date that I want, because it was starting to get kind of pushed back with release dates and wanting to put out the Christmas song and giving that enough time to be out there during the holiday season. So he was amazing, got it done. I was able to put it out, and my the cover actually is a shot from my wedding.
Mm-hmm.
My wedding date, and I asked the photographer James Anderson if I could use the photo and then just kind of like edit it in a certain way to make it fit the song and the vibe, and he was cool with it. So I've done all of that. All of the songs that you guys see out there, I have created all of those covers. So I hope you like them.
Lots of hours in the editing chair and creation, and like you said, being a creative person, not just being an artist who sings. A lot of people can see, like I said, don't see behind the scenes what goes on in the team that puts the hours in. I know you mentioned to me during the COVID side of things too, when it was all just a struggle and things were shut down. You really kind of went back to the drawing board and really focused on your songwriting and just owning in on that craft and taking the opportunity to do things, teach yourself guitar. Talk about that a little bit and how perseverance kind of was the key to kind of stay the course and knowing that was a tough time all musicians went through.
It was a tough time that everybody went through. I thrived during that time. When I was performing previous to COVID, I didn't play guitar. I didn't play any instrument. I sang and I wrote and relied heavily on other people to pick up the slack on the music side of things. So when COVID hit and I was not quarantined with anybody who could play, I knew as soon as people were going live on Facebook and Instagram and wherever else, I needed to learn how to play guitar. And I bought myself a guitar in January of 2020 because I was like, you know what, for my birthday, I'm going to get myself a guitar. I'm really going to learn this year because I've been wanting to for years and there's always an excuse to put it off. Oh, yeah. So I must have been perfect timing because I got the guitar, March hit, and that's when the world fell apart. And I just started going crazy with trying to learn guitar. And I just started with one song and learning the chords and just kind of kept it up from there. And it helped a lot. One, because people were cool with me just coming on to like do a song. So I got to get myself out there a little bit. But I also created my own show on Instagram, which was called Pajama Sessions. So every Sunday, I would challenge myself to learn 3 new songs that I would present to people on this thing called Pajama Sessions. And I would have a coffee and my mimosa and just be like on my bed in my pajamas playing music for everybody. So that really assisted in like fast tracking me to learn guitar. And then on the other side of things with songwriting, it's just opened up such a world for me because I don't have to rely on anybody else to come up with a guitar part for a song. And I could put together a basic work tape to send to my producer or to send in to publishers to see if they want to cut a song. So it's really expanded my whole network of being able to songwrite for other people, for myself, and be able to perform live. I never was able to perform with a guitar prior to, COVID happening. And once I got really comfortable, now I'm able to do 3-hour shows, or I'll go hang out on a street corner and just play for people because I can. And I love that.
And the more and like you said, you do something a lot too. Like I said, you get better at it, and everything kind of works itself. Vocals get stronger, and playing gets stronger, and more people get to hear you and hear what I've heard over the past 2 or 3 years. We've known each other too, and definitely that's why you were recognized by the National Songwriters Association. There as one to watch there just a couple of years ago, and I see that out there too. And I know I talked to you about that while I was up there too. That had to be an honor too for the NSAI to come out and give you that type of recognition. What did that mean to you?
I was very surprised. I've been a member of NSAI for a while, and you get to send in your songs, and if you want feedback, they'll give it to you. And I sent in a couple of different songs and got feedback, and all was amazingly helpful. And with that song, "Ain't Nothing Better," that I got the one to watch, like I don't know what you call it, just like the notoriety of having that. It just means to me that I am getting better, and what I'm doing is not just standing in one place. Like we're just continuing to move forward and making progress in this whole music industry on the songwriting side. And then taking that to my artist side, taking my songs and any other songs that I feel really strongly about and being able to release them just means the world. So I was very surprised when I got that honor. And I hope that they're just going to continue to keep an eye on me, and we'll see what that brings in 23.
Well, I got my eye on you too, because coming back to Nashville there for the CRS 2023 at the Omni, we're going to be live streaming everything on the website and the YouTube channel. I know you're going to be there as in person. We get to hang out, Kirsty, of course, and just enjoy the 3 or 4 day event it's going to be, because we always have a blast. And man, we had so much fun there last year with hanging out at all kind of cool stuff. That's the cool thing of doing these kind of things is I get to know you guys. We get to become best friends, and man, it was cool, all the fun we had this past year, and looking forward to many more of those too.
I can't wait.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I can't wait to see you there. And like I said, if we go back to the bowl again, man, what a show that was that night. We had a lot of fun.
That was, yeah. We got to do all of the things this year. I'm going to be blowing up your phone, and we're going to figure it out.
Let's do it. Blow it up. Come on. We were late to the New Faces event because I'd gotten some tickets at the last minute, but we got in there. We got to sit at the table and just have a good time. And let's blow it all up, because there's some things I didn't get to do. Like this year, I do want to do Country Music Hall of Fame if we can squeeze it in. And like I said, just stream everything, have a good time, and whatever we get passes to, we'll go enjoy ourselves. And
I'm down for all of the things. You know my number. All the things.
Hey, before I jump into rapid fire here, and I guess this could be one of them too, back to I guess the pre-COVID days of when everything shut down. Nights like these, and I believe the other one was that you guys had really great success with. I Should. Let's break those down, kind of, I guess, in a separate context, but still 2 songs that mean a lot to you.
Yes, those songs actually probably mean the most. Nights Like These was the first song that I wrote on guitar post-COVID. It was April-ish, probably, April, May, that I wrote that song. And then I brought it to 2 friends of mine, Ronnie Chris and Scott Kurt. And I was like, guys, I wrote this song. I really like it. I'm not sure if the guitar part is right. And some of the lyrics we needed to do some changes to. So we worked together on that song. And that was the first one that I produced with Brent Rader, who's my producer now. So that came out, I think in like June of 2020. And then I had I Should come out after that. And I Should is basically a song that it means a lot to me, because it's what I call like my freedom song. I finally realized that like music is my path, and I need to follow it the way that I want to. I don't have to listen to other people telling me you should do this or you should do that. Hence the I Should title. It's just saying like, I should do what I want and not live the life that you want for me. I want to live the life that I want for me. So that was a very big kind of like, ta-da, here I am.
Which are 2 strong singles that, like you mentioned today, even continue to be those hot songs out there that made you who you are and developed you as an artist and keeping you going there too, no doubt. Let me ask you about this, and I'll kind of throw this out there with, I guess, the voice going on right now, kind of rapid fire. I'm going to go ahead and just declare her the winner. I said at the beginning of the show when I was talking about it, she is, God, she's good vocally, and holy crap, she did a great job of that Tennessee Whiskey song last night. She shred that like there was no tomorrow. That's why she got the standing ovation at the end. She's also kind of in that category. I'm speaking of Morgan Miles on The Voice, just waiting to bust out and break out. Knowing the business is so tough. Talk about just the challenges that you go through as a female artist to get this type of music out there and to stay strong into what you believe in. You mentioned that song, I Should, because you don't want other people telling you what you should do. You want to stand kind of on your own. It's great to have a platform like that. And now she's starting to get some recognition she deserves too.
Oh, she does. I mean, I love Morgan. She's fantastic. I actually got the privilege of opening for her Christmas show last year when it was up in Portland, Maine at Aura. And that was so much fun because, one, she's an amazing person, an amazing performer, and just watching her on stage and how she commands an audience is just fantastic. So seeing her on The Voice and how well she's doing, I'm like super, super proud of her. Proud friend over here. Struggle wise, I think it's hard for any independent artist to get out there. I mean, they make it easy where you can release your music all the time. And if you want to pay to promote it, that is very helpful. But those of us who maybe don't have those funds or don't do that as much have a harder time kind of breaking through the noise, so to speak. I mean, I think the stats, and don't quote me on this because I don't know them, but it was something of up to 100,000 songs per day that are getting uploaded to Spotify. So, that's a lot to compete with. Being a woman, of course, they're making changes to accommodate having more women on country radio and different platforms. So that's been a huge plus. But, you know, we're always trying to break barriers and get our music out there. So I would just say the struggle is to just get through everything else, navigate through so that people can actually hear you. And I think just being a good person and meeting the right people, putting out good music that people can relate to, I think is huge. And that's what I'm trying to do here on my side of the fence. I want to put out music that really means something to other people. That's why I listen to music, is like I find the songs that speak to me and make me feel good or sad, or when I'm angry, you know, different songs to listen to. You always have them for every emotion. And I listen to those because I love them and they speak to me. And I want to be able to do that as an artist for other people. And when that happens, especially with a song like I Should, I've had a lot of people reach out about that song, and it just like fuels my soul to know that my music is actually touching people, and they want to be listening to it and they want to share it with people. It means the world.
No doubt, love that one too, and just a lot of fun out there, and good to see you. You're doing your thing, having a great time, producing, making great music, singing great music too. Let me ask you about this. I know the holidays are coming up. Is there a tradition, kind of in the Ryann household, or are you going back to? I guess we'll get back home. I should say. I know you're traveling to Nashville here and there, but knowing the East Coast up there, what's going on around the Ryann Christmas tree this holiday? Any traditions?
Well, we usually I try to like push it off till December 1st of listening to Christmas music. We set up our tree usually on the 26th. But I was like, why don't we do things earlier this year? Like, I know for my husband, it means a lot to him. He loves to decorate and do all the things. So we moved that up this year. We decorated the whole house, although it does not look Christmassy in here because this is my studio and I just don't have the Christmas stuff happening yet. But all over the house, we have different Christmas stuff. We're traveling a lot during the holidays. So we'll be seeing my family, we'll be seeing his family. And those are like the normal things, plus all of the Christmas movies that we watch. So essentially every night there is a Christmas movie on in the house, and we just try to like bang through them. All the holidays we have that. It's like Thanksgiving, we have Charlie Brown Thanksgiving, so that we always have. And then we have all of our movies for Halloween. We have all of our movies for Christmas. We don't do like love movies for Valentine's Day or anything like that. But for like those big major holidays, we have our movies and we watch those every night. So that's a tradition for us, plus all the Christmas music that I eventually get a little sick of because it's always the same ones all the time. So that's also why I'm doing that Christmas 25 days of Christmas, so that I can kind of expand my knowledge of Christmas music and try out different songs that I haven't really listened to.
I love that too. I know for me, the food for last week was I'm saying more than just one type of food. But anyway, empanadas were pretty good for the dessert, and the pumpkin pie. And a friend brings a pecan pie over the other night and leaves it in my fridge. And I said, well, don't worry, it'll get eaten here, especially with the holidays coming up. But if there is a dessert that Stephanie Ryann loves at Christmas or Thanksgiving, really, I know Christmas come up, do different things. Mine would be tamales. It's my worst food here in a couple of weeks because I special order them and then bring them to the function. What's the Stephanie Ryann favorite food at Christmas?
Favorite food at Christmas? Oh gosh. I don't know. It's changed now because we used to do Christmas Eve with my family, and then Christmas Day we would do with my husband's family, but things have changed in our realms. His family is now in South Carolina, so I'm going to just be with them. And last year was the first year that we did Christmas with them. In the past, I love my mom's rice pudding. She always makes it at holidays. So I would probably say that that's my favorite. I think usually they make a ham, which really is not my favorite. So I will kind of eat everything else but that. But if I'm going to go with favorite, I'm going to go with dessert. It'll be the rice pudding.
I can concur with that too, because family members have made that dish over the last few years, and that's one of the ones you never can get to, like I said, high or low on. You know, you're going to have a good time eating that. I guess you could get high out there too at the same time, just loving that dish and eating more and more of it. But yeah, Absolutely. One of my weaknesses this time of year is definitely those pork or chicken tamales or whatever comes to the forefront of that Christmas/Thanksgiving table here in a few weeks. Well, I want to say this. Thanks for getting in touch with me today. You've done so much for my brand. I want to keep doing everything for your brand that I can to promote Stephanie Ryann music out there. What Christmas means to me, The acoustic version is out there across all the digital platforms. Check her out for the merch and the tour schedule and dates coming up. StephanieRyann.com. Stephanie, always appreciate it. You're a great friend of mine, no doubt, to the show, and looking forward to seeing you in Nashville, March 13, 14, and 15 for CRS 2023. Thanks so much for always just chiming in, helping me out too, and always love standing behind you.
Of course. Thank you so much. I appreciate our friendship so much, and I'm glad that we were able to make this work today, and I'm very much looking forward to hanging out during CRS this coming year.
We'll blow the phone up, no doubt about it, too.
Yes.
We'll have a good time. Coming up here in a little bit, we're not done. Texas Two-Step will finish today with Sarah Darling out there, a name probably Stephanie knows very well. At 4:30 today, we're going to talk about the Darling EP out there across all the digital platforms at 4:30 today with Sarah. Tomorrow, great pop artist Naya is going to join us, and on Thursday, we're looking forward to wrapping up the week this week with Nashville recording artist Ian Flanagan here coming by on the Backstage Pass. We'll see you guys here in just a little bit. Sarah Darling, the guest. It is the Backstage Pass presented by Bangtail Whiskey. See you in a few. Take care.